Hey guys, so today I want to go into some more detail with some King's Fall bosses on hard mode. We're going to take a look at Golgoroth. Now, a lot of people utilize the one orb strategy, probably because it's easier, but I also feel like there's a fear of not wanting to do the 6 orb because people are scared of tanking or they don't know how to do it, and there's all the back and forth that there is in the fight, and I'm here to say that it's really not that bad. I don't think I did a great job going over the taunt mechanics the first time around, so we're going to be going step by step today. Let's cover the people in the pit first. You'll have 4 people in the pit. On the first damage cycle, there won't be any cursed thrall spawning, so everyone should damage as much as possible. On the second, third, fourth, and fifth damage cycles are when cursed thralls start showing up, and there's a lot of them on hard mode, much more than normal, so one person should be dedicated to killing them. I usually assign a Stormcaller since they end up doing a lot of the ad clear when the Taken phase starts. The biggest thing to remember about the Cursed Thrall is that they spawn from the lower doorways pretty much every time you're swapping the gazes, so be on the lookout for those. Those are going to be the absolute killers. Everyone else should stay full time on damaging the boss, but as you're transitioning from orb to orb, just be on the lookout for any Cursed Thrall wandering in. If you are the person with unstable light, you don't really need to go that far away from your team, nor do you need to jump out of the pit. You can pretty much just go to the other side of the room and be totally fine. However, when you have unstable light, you should help the Cursed Thrall killer as much as possible. This makes pool transitions much safer. Alright, so let's get to the gaze holders, who I will be calling the tanks. It seems like a scary job. It's really not that bad. So, if you're on the right side of the room, there are 3 taunt positions that you need to know. I'm just going to show you guys the way my team does rotations, but if your team feels more comfortable with a different pattern, feel free to do that. If you have a Zalo or a Red Death, those are the best options for venom killing. Hand cannons and scout rifles are really not the greatest, but something like a Smite of Moraine works just fine. I highly encourage Night Stalker Hunters as tanks because all of their abilities are set and forget. Black Hole Shadow Shot is great for your pit team, and Vortex and Envenom smoke grenades are amazing for the Taken phase. You'll probably have another Shadow Shot by the time the next set of orbs spawn, which is also amazing crowd control for your pit team. The first position on the right is going to be towards the front of the room to the left of this box. The biggest factor with regards to tanking Golgoroth is that you want 100% clear lines of sight, otherwise those orbs are just going to be bouncing all over the place. When they bounce all over the place, you lose focus on the boss, you lose focus on your timer, and it's all downhill from there. So, this is the first position, but you can't just be sitting here right from the start. You need to go grab the gaze first, and that usually involves being by the staircase to grab it. If you can grab it from the start position, great, but otherwise you're going to be grabbing it from the stairs. This presents a problem. He's going to start shooting the Ogre Venom at you while you're running into position. You'll be breaking line of sight a lot, meaning the orbs will bounce everywhere. So, while you get into position, simply jump into the air to let all of the Ogre Venom get easy line of sight on you. This will cluster them up in a nice bundle, which allows you to shoot all of them very easily. Then, you'll walk into place and be ready to go for the next set of Venom. Alright, so after 2 sets of Venom, you're going to start giving your teammate on the left side a countdown. You can start the countdown whenever you want. You could count down all 20 seconds, but generally 10 are all you need. The player on the left side will be waiting near the stairs ready to shoot down their orb. The reason my group has the tank shoot down the orb is because it allows your DPS to just keep going instead of having to worry about knocking down their orb, then waiting for it to apply to the ground. It just wastes time. The reason you sit near the stairs is so you can actually grab the gaze. So, at that 10-second mark, the player on the left will start shooting their orb with a heavy machine gun. You can obviously use other weapons, but a heavy machine gun, specifically the raid one, works the best. It'll take about 5 to 6 seconds to kill your orb. Then, as the countdown gets to about 2 to 3 seconds, you should shoot Golgoroth's taunt spot to grab the gaze. The reason I like to go early is because you need to plant a good amount of damage into the boss, and if it registers on the boss too late, then you're not going to grab the gaze. The left side's first position is in a very similar spot to the right side, basically a mirror. The main objective is to continue having that perfect line of sight, and you should just continue to shoot orbs as they spawn until you get to the 10-second mark, then you give a 10-second countdown. If you don't have a raid heavy machine gun, the first thing you should do after the gaze has been passed is reload your heavy machine gun. Absolute first thing to do. Right side's second position is not quite up the stairs, but a few feet before them. To grab the gaze first though, you'll probably need to be on the stairs or up the stairs. On the stairs is an alright spot for holding the gaze, but if Golgoroth is positioned poorly, your orbs are going to bounce, and that's just bad. A few feet in front of the stairs is perfect because your team can still shoot Golgoroth, and you have perfect line of sight on the orbs. Give the 10-second countdown as the left side prepares for the next rotation. The left side's second position is basically identical to the right's, but you can actually use the first position without many issues depending on Golgoroth's positioning. As long as your team is in the middle of the path between you and Golgoroth, that's where you want to be. Then, give the 10-second countdown. The right side's final position can be anywhere as long as your pit team can deal damage. I personally go all the way to the back of the room. This breaks my line of sight rule, but because you are giving yourself so much space, you'll have plenty of time to react to the orbs. Before you run back though, make sure you're able to shoot down your orb and grab the gaze, so that's around the broken bridge area. After this set of orbs, you'll be free to join the pit team for some bonus damage, but be warned, when the countdown completes, there will still be orbs floating around ready to find you, and if you don't dodge them or kill them, then they have the potential of killing you, so just be careful. The left side's final position is also anywhere in the back, but realize that you'll need to be near your first or second position to shoot down your orb and pick up the gaze. After you grab the gaze, just sprint to the back of the room or whatever position you find most comfortable. This final countdown is very important, as it will alert your team to get out of the pit in a timely fashion. At this point, you may very well be in the Taken phase of things, if not already. Before diving into the next set of orbs, kill as much Taken as you possibly can before starting. Their spawning animation takes a little bit of time, and this allows you to deal damage freely. Stormcallers are great here, as are any form of AoE grenade ability. Solar grenade, vortex grenade, smoke bombs, anything that you have. Place those on the pools of light so that the thrall just walk right into your team, into the grenades, and they will die very quickly. If all went according to plan, then there shouldn't be too much of the boss's health left, and you should only need about 1 or 2 orbs to finish. that is your much more in-depth guide to Golgoroth tanking. Like I said, it's really not that bad of a process, and worst case scenario, you just start over. I think it's a much more satisfying way to get the fight done, builds better team chemistry, and if you can get them down in one damage cycle, it's just a really good feeling. Anyway guys, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.